You guys are lucky you're looking this way. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but when you do anything on a boat where you're not looking out the front, it can get really disorienting just constantly watching the horizon go by. So I'm going to only talk for 2 minutes so I don't sit here and get all disoriented on you. We appreciate you joining us today. This is exciting, as I said last night. It's great to be here to communicate such fun and great news about product, but it's also great when we can come here and share a great sales success story and share some of the highlights for the company. That's all I'm going to do in the beginning because we got a lot of real good product experts with us. But I want to just set the stage for you real quickly. I know many of you have been involved with Hyundai for years. You've heard the story in the past of our product line not being exactly right for the market. We had 3 SUVs just 2 years ago, and now take a look. Well, sorry, this slide actually has more than just our SUVs, but what's really driven so much of the growth and excitement in the Hyundai brand has been 10 product launches or significant major re-engineered vehicles all in the last year. These are, many of you I'm sure participated in some of the launches for these fun vehicles. We have Velociran out on a racetrack in Northern California. But as you know, when there's new product coming into the dealerships, that's what puts vibrancy in the brand and creates great traffic for our dealers. And these 10 vehicle launches have been much of our success over the last year. That also drives sales volume. Again, preaching to the choir, but you all read every month that the industry has continued to see softening, more so on the retail side even than what you hear about in total sales. These numbers show the industry down about 2% in total sales, with Hyundai up 2%, but in reality the retail industry is down about 5%, and Hyundai is up about 5%. So the gap of actual retail business is actually quite dramatic. And we're enjoying that success, and it's because of vehicles like those 10 that launched and some that you're about to see later today. That's led to 10 straight months of sales gains year over year. I'm not going to get into a battle of trying to beat some of those other brands that you hear go 70 and 80 months, only to find out they didn't actually go 70 or 80 months. Ours is a really good, strong 10 back to back since August of last year, and again on the back of some great product launches. These were 3 of the biggest last year with Veloster, Kona, and Santa Fe, and you can see what that does in year-to-date sales gains when you look at last year in 18 and some of the strong growth. This has been building momentum. As we moved into May was one of our strongest months in a long, long time, the single largest sales month of SUV for Hyundai in history, and it's not a surprise. When you see Kona up 42% year over year, Tucson up 20, Santa Fe up 29, those are some pretty strong numbers in an industry that's declining. Everyone thinks too that some SUVs are all continuing to grow. As you know, they're not. A couple of the SUV segments are even a little bit stagnant or down year over year. So fortunately, Midsize is continuing to grow, where Palisade's going to jump in. And what's interesting too about this, when you have great product that people want to come in and pay for, you do start to see transaction prices increasing, right? People are saying this vehicle's right for me. They're new to the market, and many of our customers are now coming in and finding that these Hyundai these products are right for them. So we've seen transaction prices growing about 4.5%, and at the same time, incentives come down fairly dramatically, almost a 9% decline in incentives year over year. Again, in an industry that's softening, which means most people are going up. Now, the industry's holding pretty good restraint right now. Overall, the industry's about flat or down just a little bit year over year in incentive expenditure. So we keep our fingers crossed that crazy things don't happen, because right now we're actually on a very strong sales growth with less incentive expenditure, and we'd like to keep that going. These products in the middle have kind of made up, from Kona to Santa Fe, our SUV lineup for the last 12 months since we got Kona and the all-new Santa Fe in place. What's exciting is we're here today to talk about Palisade, and it's not just a replacement vehicle. It's an all-new vehicle for us. And I hope we'll see some of you toward the end of the year when Venue comes, but when we can launch 2 new SUV products that are both brand new to the brand, and you see them on the extremes of the low end and the high end, it's going to make probably the most broad SUV lineup in the industry, and that's pretty amazing to come from 3 years ago. And you know that they all appeal to slightly different life stages. We've got now products 3 to 4 that really target singles and couples, early families, and all the way up now with Palisade to a full nest family, which has to be more than 1 or 2 kids. Nexo has been doing great, and if any of you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to answer them later, but it's continuing to surprise us with the type of people that it's drawing to that product. This chart just shows that Hyundai as a brand has been a little bit soft in the family segments, though the bar right in the middle there shows great opportunity. We've sold about 16% of our vehicles to families, that life stage. Other brands, if you look over toward the middle, you see some up in the mid-20s. A few of these vehicles, like Atlas and CX-9, really live on family sales. So with Palisade coming, we think this is a great opportunity. And what Palisade is bringing is roominess. You see that having not enough space on the inside is the biggest single reason people are looking to move up into larger SUVs, and we think Palisade is going to answer that for many of them. It's not a surprise that passenger seating, and especially third row, are what people are looking for as they start to move into midsize. And I think what you'll see when you get into Palisade, it's really accommodating all of that growth. When you go up to 8 passengers if necessary and still have room behind, it's really going to solve that problem. And this is a great comparison. We're not going to spend a lot of time doing a one-on-one because it's really how does Palisade compare to its key competitors in the segments. But this gives you a really good idea of just how different Palisade is from the vehicle it was replacing of the Santa Fe XL. Not only does it hold an extra person 3 inches longer, 3.5 inches wider. These numbers are pretty staggering when you guys know what 1 or 2 inches does to design of a vehicle. And when you see 3 and 4 and 6 inch changes, that's how dramatic this is going to feel when you have a chance to get inside. These are comments that we pull from the research, and again, nothing that you would find surprising here, but people are looking for more ease of folding down third row seats is a real talent with Palisade. All the incredible safety equipment that comes standard, like forward collision avoidance, very plush interior, feels like a luxury vehicle to many people. And of course, that all important, when you put the third seat up, when you need it, you still have to have a little room for cargo, and you'll see that Palisade provides that.